In this project, we want to teach our computer to solve a problem like this one. You've probably seen this on a recent quiz where we have some regular shape here, and we're being asked to find the sum of the interior angles, the measure of each interior angle, the sum of the exterior angles, and the measure of each exterior angle. It's actually fairly easy to do, and have the computer do this for us. To do this, we're going to create a spreadsheet in Schoology. The spreadsheet will end up looking something like this, where we can take the number of sides, that's our input. So if we're talking about Pentagon, I can type in 5 and hit enter, and it automatically tells me the angles add up to 540. Each interior angle would be 108, the exterior angles add up to 360, and each exterior angle would be 72. If we're making a program to do this, we'll make the program calculate this stuff, so all we have to do is go change it. If I want this to be an octagon, all I have to do is change that to an 8, hit enter, and it'll recalculate, find all the measures for an octagon. Or if I have a 24-sided shape, it'll calculate all the measures for a 24-gon. Okay, to do this, we're going to go into Schoology, and at the bottom of the Schoology, you'll find a folder that says Midterm Projects, and this one is the Polygon Angle Spreadsheet. If you click on that, it'll launch a blank spreadsheet in Schoology, and you can build the spreadsheet there and submit it through Schoology. So once you get your spreadsheet open, you want to set it up. Again, you do not have to do any sort of funny color scheme. I just do that so it's easier to follow in the video here. What we want is one space where we can enter the number of sides in our polygon, whether it be a pentagon with 5 sides or something with 108 sides. We just want a spot where we can put that in. And we need 4 places for the computer to respond to us. One that tells us the sum of the interior angles, one that tells us the measure of each interior angle, the sum of the exterior angles, and then the measure of each exterior angle. So you want to set it up, figure out what boxes you're going to put what. You can mimic what I'm doing on the screen, but you want to put the labels in. So you'll be starting with something like this. Again, here in the yellow boxes where we'll type in the number of sides, and the red boxes will be the computer's response with its calculations. Now the first one, the sum of the interior angles. We know that we just take the number of sides and subtract 2, and then multiply that result by 180. So that's all we have to tell the computer to do here. To do that, first thing you're going to do is you're going to click on the box where you want the computer to spit out the answer. For me, that's box D3. You can put it in a different box, but then you have to change around and keep track of which boxes you're doing what with. But here, what I want to do is I click on box D3, I go up to the top where you have this little f of x thing, that's a function, that's where you're telling the program what you want it to do. And we want it to do a simple calculation. If you want to do a calculation, you always have to start with an equal sign. That's what tells the computer you're doing a math problem. So we put an equal sign in that box. And what we want to do is take the number of sides, what we normally say is n minus 2, in parentheses, times 180. But the n is going to change for each problem, so I don't want to leave it n. Instead of n here, I want to change that, whoops, lost it. I want to change that to the name of this box. So it'll just take whatever number is in this box, subtract 2, and multiply by 180. Well, this box's name is B3. So I'm going to go up and I'm going to delete the n and change that to B3 and hit enter. So now if I put in an octagon, I put an 8, it tells me that the angles add to 1080. It took 8, subtracted 2, and multiplied by 180. And you can put in different numbers. 100-sided shape, it adds up to a nice big number. So we got the first out of our 4 calculations done already. Next, we want to find the measure of each interior angle. Well, that's pretty easy since we know what the angles add up to. This measure of each angle is you just take the sum, what we just calculated in box D3, and divide it by how many sides it has, whatever the number is in box B3. So all we have to do here is say, take the number in this box and divide it by the number in this box. So we're going to go to where we want the measure of each interior angles. We're going to go up to the function and put equals. And I want to say take whatever number you got for the sum, box D3, and divide it. That's a little slash underneath the question mark on your keyboard. Divide it by however many sides it has. And that's the number in box B3. And hit enter, and it should calculate it for you. We know for a pentagon, we already know what these measures are. It's 108 degrees, and that's what we got here. Okay, next. And this part's going to be left for you to do. The sum of the exterior angles you should easily be able to figure out. It's always the same number, so you don't have to do any calculations there. You're just going to input the number. And then for the exterior angles, we take the sum of the interior angles and again divide by how many sides. Those last 2 boxes are left for you to complete. Good luck.